Welcome to the Feast Fighters Podcast, the voices of LeanFeast.
It's the morning after.
And you're by yourself.
and I'm by myself. Man, I am exhausted. Is anybody else exhausted? Luke?
No, I'm good today.
You sure?
Yeah. I was designated driver last night.
But I don't think you are good.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't even speak English in the chair over there earlier.
Oh. Well, then maybe I'm not.
Baker?
I felt better.
You've felt better?
Yeah. I felt worse.
You went a little hard last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
little frat boy session.
A little sore.
Why are you sore?
My arm's sore from arm wrestling.
Wait, arm wrestling?
Yep.
Wow.
I did that.
How old were you last time you arm wrestled?
I don't know. It's been a while. I guess when I was a younger man, I guess. I don't know. Been a long time. It's stupid.
Was it like a muscle party?
A muscle party?
Like you had to flex, so you had the biggest muscles last night?
No, I don't think so. They all started it.
You just finished it?
Something like that.
4-ounce Falcon, how you feeling?
I thought I was going to feel way worse, to be honest, after last night.
Shut up. Oh, I'm buff. I win.
What?
I'm the 4-ounce
I
Falcon.
mean, I was talking about last night.
Drinking?
Yeah. I swore about halfway through after Brian was like, oh, this is how we drink beer.
Can we talk about what you decided to shotgun first?
It's not that I decided. It was just the most efficient way to drink that particular beverage without wasting it.
So I think that still is the decision.
I mean, I guess so. I just didn't want them to waste their alcohol, you know?
Roku went full basic bitch last night.
Yeah, I shotgunned a White Claw.
Well, before we get to the...
All right, I see everybody turn their phones off.
Who is that? Who was that?
That's not me.
It's not me.
Where is your phone?
My phone's in my pocket.
It sounds like it came from your phone.
It might have been your phone.
Was it my phone?
I'm pretty sure it
It
was your
always
phone.
is.
Yep.
Dude.
It always is.
Every time.
No, that ain't my phone because that's my text message ding ding. And this, and my sound is off. You guys can all kiss my butt.
I ain't got no notifications.
All
Nobody
right.
wants to talk to me.
This is the day after Ellismania wore off the shore. And I think it was an amazing day.
It was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
I was the round ending horn guy and the round timing guy. Luke, what did you do? What was your part?
I guess I was the boat / dock attendant. I was helping load the fighters onto the boat and on and off the boat to make sure they didn't fall off into the water.
Into the depths of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Baker, what did you do?
I put gloves on. What are those? Face mask,
Headgear.
headgear, life jackets, cowbells,
Fighter prep manager.
blindfolds.
You were the fighter prep manager.
Many are.
You
The
were
director of fighter preparation.
You were the dock manager.
The director of docks.
we managed it to the fullest.
And you were praised for it
Yeah.
by many.
Mm-hmm.
And I think without you two, it wouldn't have been efficient.
Yeah, we kind of kept the flow going as best we could.
Yeah.
I think we talked about next year there being some different things in place. You know, maybe a dock connecting the houseboat to the fighting docks. To help kind of speed things up. But I think we got everything, all the action packed into, what was it, 3 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to have it wrapped up in 3 hours.
How awesome would it have been if there was a floating walkway from the houseboat to the
You could
to
do like
the ring?
walkout songs and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that'll probably be implemented next year because, man, that would have made a huge difference in just the flow of everything. And actually, probably next year we can, depending on if we can get more fighters, we can have more rounds quicker. So we could have a lot more action packed into 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, because we were kind of limited on how much we could do at one time because we were having to
Boat, yeah.
get the fighters off of the fighting dock, unload them back onto the houseboat, and then load up more fighters and take them out to the dock. I mean, it worked. We didn't have any casualties, I don't think. But
Two boats would have been.
oh yeah, even 2 boats.
Even if they,
Yeah.
if they didn't do a dock, two boats would have been a little
but I
more
think
efficient.
what was Todd? Todd was
The boater.
Todd was running the drone upstairs.
Yeah, Scuba Steve was on the boat.
yeah.
Scuba
But-
Steve and the other
But
guy.
Todd has a production company in Lake Havasu, and he was he was extremely instrumental in this whole thing. We used his docks, and I think he's got a lot more equipment that we can use next year.
If we're invited back next year,
I hope so.
I hope we are.
Yep.
So if you didn't listen to episode 2, season 2, episode 2, we're talking about Ellismania War Off the Shore. It is a comedic boxing event that we were asked to help with. We sponsored it, Coolvin, LeanFeast, at Lake Havasu. So that's kind of what we're talking about. We're a little beat up today. Would you say that, Rook Deezer, that you're physically beat up because you had 3 fights in yesterday's debacle?
I mean, I'd be lying if I said my neck wasn't a little bit sore from the headgear and getting punched in the face by professional fighters occasionally. But
It's cash.
Just cash.
yeah,
Sus.
but I mean, in the life jackets, honestly, I'm more scraped up from jumping in between the mats and my feet and my legs. Because, like, one time I jumped and I got one leg on and the other one didn't quite make it because it was drifting away as I leapt. And so I got a little...
As you what?
leapt.
Is
That's
leapt?
a word.
Like
Yeah.
leaped?
Yeah.
Past
No.
I think you just
leapt.
made one up there. Leaped.
No,
Is-
that is. It's just, like you said, past tense.
Yeah, past tense.
Leaped or leapt?
Past
Leapt
perfect.
is past.
I've
Is the
never
tense.
heard leapt.
Yeah.
Jumped it.
I jumped in.
Leapt.
But
jumped
anyway, yeah, one foot landed, one didn't, and I kind of scraped up my knee, pulling myself on. And I don't know how. I have a bunch of scrapes on my feet from the mats. I don't know how that happened, but
You have a bunch of scrapes on your knees?
Tender feet.
no, my feet. I have like
You
one-
mean your talons?
Yeah, my talons.
What? Because he's a
Like a little
falcon,
scraped
right?
up.
Yeah.
He was the 4-ounce falcon.
He doesn't have feet. He has talons.
Talons?
Trout snatchers.
Exactly.
Rainbow?
He could snatch a trout out of a river with those things.
Dang, Rook. So would you? So you fought in 3 fights. You had the Leglock Fight.
Yeah.
You were in the football fight, and then you were in the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody get a count of how many people were on those mats at the Royal Rumble?
No. I'd probably say it was around
20.
20 something. Yeah.
Mm.
Rook, you were 5th last to go off.
I got cheap shotted.
I wouldn't say you got cheap shotted. I think you got what you deserved.
No, he waited for me to get to the edge and then pushed me in the back.
Weren't you doing that to everybody else?
Isn't that
No,
kind of the point?
I got
What do you
them-
mean, no?
I wasn't hitting them in the back. I at least let them see me, for the most part. Not the
Bro, I
professionals.
watched
so.
the video twice. Go back and watch it. You were cheap shotting everybody.
That's just the falcon nature. When you watch a
Strategic.
falcon
I just
hunt,
swooped in, bro.
Yeah.
do you think the little helpless bunny rabbit sees the falcon coming?
Not until it's too late.
Quick strike.
It's just too late. You hit him from the back. That's surprise attack. I mean, you're in the
Concussed.
animal kingdom. The falcon is like the ultimate of surprise
Didn't
attacks.
you look it up yesterday? They fly at like 240 miles an hour.
Yeah, the fastest falcon.
Yeah, 240.
Yeah,
What
that-
was it?
what kind of falcon
245.
was that?
That was a peregrine falcon.
Was that the Falcon that was on Neverending Story? Wasn't there a Falcon
That's
on Never-
Falcor.
Oh.
It's a dragon. A flying
Falcon,
dragon.
Falcor, dragon, bird,
The
same
same
thing.
thing.
I think it was Valcor. I don't think was it Falcor.
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
Baker, can we get a fact check on that?
Can we
What
watch
am I
that
good
movie
on?
today?
I hate that movie.
The
I
wolf.
just fell asleep.
Do you remember the wolf's name?
No, but
It was Lamork.
who?
Lamork.
Wow.
It was scary, man. I had bad dreams about that as a kid.
I'm
Never
not-
in the stories.
There's no way you're gonna get me to watch a movie. I just started snoring watching 2 minutes of football in there.
I thought you
You
fell
won't have to
asleep
watch
on
it
the
too long
shitter.
then, eh? You'll be asleep.
What are you, Canadian?
Eh?
Yeah, it's Falcor.
Falcor.
Fal, Falcor.
Yeah.
KOR.
Oh, I threw the
It's
the extra.
He's
in
like
there.
they're part of the Kardashian crew.
Yeah, Falcor the Kardashian. So you beat. Would you say that you won your leg? Can you explain the Leglock Fight for the listeners?
So it was a 2v2 boxing match. When you and your teammate had a bungee essentially between your legs, so you were locked together, and you could only get a certain distance. So I don't know. It was really a team effort. I don't know if we won because I'd have to watch the replay to see who officially hit the water first.
That you hit it. You were last.
Yeah, I think
I do
you won.
remember that.
Yeah, I think you won.
Was
Okay,
it
so
Ken?
then we
Ken,
won.
I think, was the last one.
No, Ken was the
Eric.
first one.
Eric went in. Ken was the first one. Then it was the dude in the red shorts. And
Yeah,
then
my
Eric
team.
went
Yeah,
in,
so you
and
were.
then you went
I
in.
have that on.
Okay.
I do have that on video, and you were the absolute last to hit the
Hit the
water. So
water.
technically, that's a
That's a win.
that's a win.
Yep.
You held on.
And
the last
well,
second.
what's funnier is you guys fell on either side of the dock. You had this small, skinny dock, and your feet were tied together to your partner. Well, one of you fell on one side, and the other fell on the other. So you guys were like trapped underwater with your legs
100%.
locked together.
But that's why it happened that way, was because whenever they went off, me and the guy on the other team that was left,
Eric.
we both kind of Eric. We both realized, oh wait, our teammates went off, so we're still left. And he kind of swung a punch, and I swung a punch, and then the weight, the bungees reached their maximum capacity stretch, and both of our legs just shot into the air. And he went off one.
pulled him out.
Yeah,
from
so
underneath
whatever side we got pulled from, that leg shot up, and we fell off the opposite way. Because whenever I looked over and was falling, I just saw Eric's leg in the air, and the bungees fly off.
That's the air conditioner, bro. Can you hear it?
No, you don't keep. Y'all don't keep hearing that static every once in a while.
No, I do.
That's your phone being next to the machine.
So what you're trying to tell me is to put my phone away because I'm being irresponsible while recording a podcast for the listeners of the Voices of LeanFeast.
No, just hold it over there.
Yeah, and who's just dinged again?
That would be Mr. I
It's
didn't
my
get
laptop.
Text messages over here.
It's my laptop. Can you just hit mute on my laptop over there? Jeez. Why are you guys always picking on me, dude?
Because you're always the one that tells us, everybody turn off all your sounds, all your laptop noises.
That's
And it's
all you have to
always
do
your
is
shit.
hit the chinga, man. The mute button on the little. Oh, that a girl. Good job, man. Thank you. You're a nice guy, dude. Yeah. Okay, so that was the first fight,
Yeah.
and then you had the football fight, which I think you won that one as well.
Yes. I successfully got the ball back to the small island more times than anyone else.
Okay,
the only one.
Can you explain that one?
Yeah, so they had 2 large islands and then 1 small one that was extremely unstable. And they put 2 large professional fighters, on each of the big islands with the football on the furthest side. And they put the amateurs on the small island. And they said go, and you had to get the football.
amateurs and the Falcon, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I would
Yeah,
not
exactly.
classify you as an amateur.
Nice.
Beginner,
Professional
Yeah.
Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
practice,
Novice Falcon.
practice, or
Yes.
like he just practices being good.
Yeah.
He's not even at the beginner stage.
He had to tone it down, too, because they almost caught on to him. Jason Ellis came up to him at the end of the fight and said, man, you're pretty good. And Rook's like, yeah, I think if I train a little bit harder, I could be better next year. And Jason goes, no, that's the point of this. We don't want good fighters. It's more entertaining when you don't have technical fighting skills.
And then Rook like slyly followed that up with, no, I meant I can work on my cardio.
100%.
Oh yeah. Because there were a lot of people were running out of that gas.
Yeah.
Adrenaline.
Fuel tanks ran dry pretty quick in the
Oh, yeah.
first round.
Yeah.
Even for the pros, the pros were they were running on empty. A minute and a half into the first round.
So you won that fight, and then
Yeah.
you had the Royal Rumble where you were 5th to last.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a good time.
So
You know, one of the biggest mistakes, sorry to interrupt, but one of the biggest mistakes that these pros made was they underestimated the Falcon's speed.
They did.
Even
agility.
us,
The
when we looked
maneuverability.
up the specs on a Peregrine Falcon yesterday,
Underestimated.
we were all in the like 150s to maybe 175s, 190s. But no, it's a 240 mile an hour bird.
you know what's crazy is that Eddie Jackson, he looked at me because he knows that you're obviously working with us, and he's like, dude, that dude's fast. And I was like, yeah, he's all right.
So the mistake they made is they had the pro fighters, one on each big island, and I think you guys had this strategy planned out where everybody was going to kind of bum rush Eddie Jackson, right?
Well, first the very first round, because I think we had 3 to 4 rounds of it. The first round, Shane Carwin was on it, and Jeff, the big dude, was like, "Look, I'm not fast enough. I can't get the ball, but I can distract him." He's like, "I'll take a few hits for you guys." So me and Eric, who was a little bit older, but he was one of the more athletic guys there as well, was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to the right." I was like, "I'll go to the left." And so Jeff got up on there and lumbered up in front of Shane, and they started squaring off, and we just around the edge. And then Shane realized what we were doing and started trying to chase us, and Jeff kind of cut him off and took a shot or two for us so we could get the ball back.
I can't believe they left that football open for as long as they did. It's almost like they were shocked that the two pros were watching everybody take off towards one of them, and you like ran right around. I mean, it's almost like you were too fast for them. They didn't even see the street go by them.
Yeah,
that Falcon
one of them
did 240 around the side
They were just like, what was that?
and grabbed the ball right off the bat before they could even know what was going on.
He's standing over there already won.
Yeah,
the second,
and he was returning back to the mat with the ball before they could even figure out what the hell was going on.
Yeah, the second round I jumped onto the left mat and ran towards the fighter until I heard punches on the right, and then took a quick right and hopped behind him onto his mat.
Snatched it.
Grabbed the football and got on the small mat.
So I do want to shout out Eddie Jackson, EDDIEJACKSON, the number 5. Follow him, Eddie Jackson, the number 5 at LeanFeast. He's a really cool dude.
Yeah, he's the one who cheap shotted me in the Royal Rumble.
Also, let's plug Mr. Shane Carwin here.
Yeah.
Shane Carwin, undisputed UFC champion at one time. Dude has the biggest hands in MMA.
They were massive, dude.
I mean,
They're like Twinkies.
No, the boxing gloves they provided
They're like
for
the
us.
size of Twinkies, each finger.
He picked the boxing glove up and wrapped his hand around the top of it.
the padded part.
Yeah, it's to the point I don't even know how he fit his hand into it because the boxing glove
did he bring
was
his own?
smaller.
Did he have to bring his own?
No, he crammed his hands in.
That's going to be Shane SHANE Carwin CARWIN, and then obviously you guys got to follow the man, the myth, the legend that put all of this together, Mr. Jason Ellison. He's on Instagram at Ellismate. I'm sorry, Wolfmate, right? WOLFMAT. Yeah, Wolfmate. So I didn't want to forget that in case you guys wanted to see all the stuff that these guys
You got to plug Brian too, man.
I do got to plug
Yeah, the
Brian.
man
Was he
king.
Bad Boy 18.
He's the 818 bad boy.
818 Bad Boy.
Yep, the 818 bad boy.
He wore a mankini.
Yeah, Brian.
Like the Borat thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on his gram today.
Is it on his gram today?
Yeah.
He said he said he
Oh,
had
yeah.
several
He was a nice dude.
near mishaps, nut slips.
I bet he did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny when he changed on the boat in front of everybody. That was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
He just didn't give a shit. He just.
And he didn't care.
I
Those
mean,
kind of
yeah.
guys don't care, man.
That's true. They were debating whenever him and Eddie were talking about their exhibition match. They were debating on what they were gonna wear. Just wear your underwear, man, so I can wear mine. I was like, what the hell?
So overall, it was and then so once the fights were done, I mean, we had a pretty big crowd out there too. I mean, it was on the what do you call that, marina side?
Yeah.
Is that
Marina side of the London Bridge.
on the London Bridge? That bridge was actually brought from London, brick
It was,
by brick.
in the
Each
70s.
brick was numbered and brought over here.
Refitted and rebuilt in Havasu City, Arizona.
That's crazy. Didn't the guy buy the London Bridge for like $1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But they wanted it reconstructed, so that was the deal. That made him a deal on the bridge, but it needed to be reconstructed in the U.S. And then there was a bridge that replaced the old London Bridge in London.
So after the event, what did we do? We kind of cleaned some stuff up, hung out a little bit, talked a little bit, and then came home, went and got some dinner, and then went back to the houseboat and had a few drinks with those guys and celebrated the victory. Hung out with Jason and Dingo and all those guys. Actually, no, Dingo wasn't there.
Yeah,
last
he
night.
left right after the event.
We got to shout out to Dingo.
Dingus.
Was it
Pro snowboarder, pro
Dingo in Snow or something?
Dingo in the Snow.
Yeah.
I think.
So before we go too further, I kind of wanted to mention that, that because of the success of this event, and actually, believe it or not, did you guys know the mayor was there?
Yeah, she showed
The
up.
mayor of Havasu City came by to kind of see the event, see what was going on.
She watched the whole thing.
Give her seal of approval on it, and apparently she loved it.
Mm-hmm.
She thought it was awesome. Just the whole production factor of it. Well, yeah, it was low budget, but we proved that we could make something spectacular on a low budget.
Nobody
And,
got hurt.
Yeah, nobody got hurt. I mean, other than a few
Shane.
bumps and bruises from getting punched. I think we had one bloody nose.
Yeah.
And I think that was
it.
the one fight they anticipated if anybody got busted up. Like both of those
'Cause it was
dudes
like
were
the
ready to
legit
go.
fight,
Yeah, they were
yeah.
ready. They challenged each other. They were
Yeah.
ready to go
They've been
at it.
There was
training.
some definite beef.
Yeah, they
in
were
that.
ready to
They'd
go
been-
at it. They weren't
Yeah.
putting dog collars on. They're like, we're going to go at
No,
it.
that one was serious, and that one was for bragging rights.
It was fun.
And I really underestimated. So that was what John Matthews
Mike
and
Harrington.
And
was it Mike
Harrington.
Harrington?
Mike Harrington.
Mike Harrington. I thought it was. I don't know why I said John Harrington.
John Matthews.
John
Mike
Matthews.
Harrington.
So John Matthews from Sirius XM, and
Shade
Mike.
45.
What was it?
Works with Eminem, Rude Jude. John Matthews.
Oh, I thought he was from Sirius.
he is.
He is,
Okay.
but that's
Shade 45 is the channel.
plugging
Yeah.
the channel. Yeah. Shade
And they,
45.
I think they had been kind of stacking each other up against each other for a while, and there was a lot of shit talking back and forth. But everybody was pulling for John Matthews, and
Yeah.
I think I was not expecting that kind of performance out of him. He's a pretty small guy. He's smaller than the Falcon, I would say.
Oh yeah,
Real skinny.
Probably
Why
weighs
is that even
30
a
pounds less
question?
than you.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you on
Definitely not as vascular. I don't know anybody as vascular as the Falcon,
that.
but
No, me either.
no. And they put on a pretty valiant fight, man. It was
They did.
pretty impressive for a small guy like that. I wasn't expecting.
He had a
him
sharp
to-
jab.
and they
Yeah.
went forever. What
Three 2-minute rounds.
2-minute rounds, and everybody else, all the fights before them, everybody gassed out like a minute and a half, 2 minutes into the first round, and
They
they
just
went
kept
full
going.
3 rounds, just throwing. There was hundreds of punches.
That's
thrown
what I'm
in
going to do
that.
to Baker next
Heck
to
yeah.
Ellismania.
Yeah,
Or boxing.
that was
Beef.
awesome. But yeah, I think the event as a whole, it was a proving ground to prove to the city, to the authorities of the lake, the Coast Guard, that we could put on an event like this and make it successful without running into major issues or injuries and things like that. So
Think about the simple fact that you have a floating barge on the lake with fight mats on it.
and you're trying to knock people out.
I don't know about me and you going at it, but next year they need to have a sponsor fight.
We even
PUBG
had
send a
the-
couple of executives down. We'd mop them.
Oh yeah, for
We'd
sure.
mop them, bro.
100%.
Me and the Falcon, we'll go against anybody PUBG sends.
They even had divers there. There were
Scuba
divers.
Steve.
Yeah, Scuba Steve was ready to jump in the water.
Santa Claus was there.
Yep.
And
on
I
a
think
jet ski.
I think Scuba Steve, that the Harrington and Matthews fight was that's when he suited up, because I think he was expecting somebody to go in. Somebody was going down.
Can we talk about Santa?
Oh yeah, Santa Claus was there.
Yeah,
On his jet
On his
ski.
jet ski.
Yeah, he pulled up on a jet ski.
Did you guys also see the guy in the raft towing another raft that looked like it had a dead body on it?
What?
I missed
No,
that.
I didn't see that.
I'll show you the video. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I missed that.
You know what was crazy is I mean I don't know if you guys nobody's ever been to Havasu, right?
No.
No.
So the Havasu during the summer and the peak months where there's just loaded with college people, it's so freaking loud there. I mean, everybody comes through with these $250,000 plus super boats with twin engines in them, and it's just so loud. And that was we're gonna have to figure that out for next year. The sound, all of our videos are gonna have these the crazy rumbles of all these huge, monstrous $1 million boats just gurgling in the background. Some of them are so loud, but you multiply that by 100, where you've got hundreds of boats, thousands of boats coming through that channel on a big weekend, like spring break weekend, and the sound is deafening. It's so loud.
It's entertaining though, because being upstairs with Jason and Ellis while they're announcing it, just listening to everything, and you'll be able to see it all on YouTube. It's a pretty crappy feed on YouTube, but everything had to be shot in an SD because we weren't hardlined into the internet. We were Wi-Fi in the middle of a lake. So the feed itself was good, but we did get a bunch of drone footage that we're going to share with everybody, and probably put together our own little video.
I think the higher definition stuff will be trickling out, because I know we shot a lot of stuff in 4K, right?
Everything was shot in 4K.
Yeah.
It was broadcasted in SD.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of multiple angles too. So we got, from the upper and lower deck of the houseboat, there was the drone footage, there was, cameras over on the dock. So there's going to be a lot more incredible footage coming from that. I think the drone's probably going to be one of the best.
I'm looking right now. This dude's got, this is 22,000 views in 22 hours. So
It's pretty good.
it's a 2-hour long event. 22,000.
What's crazy
views.
is Jason Ellis's videos. He averages anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 views per video, and this one is, less than 24 hours has 22,000.
Yep. 22,000 views. That's
And he came up to me yesterday when I was telling him what it was at, and he goes, "Is that good?"
he's so humble, bro.
I'm like, "Yeah."
He just doesn't.
Yeah, that's great for less than 8 hours on a new YouTube video. So everybody go in there and watch. Watch for at least 30 seconds.
Yeah,
You're gonna get hooked on it. You're gonna watch more than
I
one.
will say the first 5 minutes were a little rocky with the audio, and then the wind.
We dropped the feed a couple times.
We dropped the feed a couple times, which is crazy because it was not windy at all. And then as soon as the fight started, the wind kicked up, but only about for like 3 minutes, and then the wind went away. And you can tell, like in the beginning of the video, it was pretty shoddy. But those are the things that happen when you're on a limited budget. For one, number two, you're in the middle of a frickin' lake, and there's no hard line.
No one's ever done that.
Nobody's
It was
ever
new
done
to
that.
all of us.
New to everybody. It's insane how it was. And what's the most shocking about this entire thing is that it was put together in 3.5 weeks. 3.5 weeks.
I had asked Todd, what do we want to call him? Production company Todd.
Yep. Pro Todd.
Who did we say he looked like yesterday? William Wallace.
William Fitzgerald. He's my contractor at home.
Yeah, so we have a Todd lookalike. He's got a doppelganger in Central Arkansas.
Twilliam.
Yeah. But I had asked Todd yesterday what kind of strings, because I don't know. Todd runs a production company, so he knows the strings that you have to pull to do an event like this on this budget in a short amount of time. Like Eric just said, 3 weeks?
3.5 weeks.
Yeah. And so I asked Todd, I said, Todd, what does it take what kind of strings have to be pulled in this city to get the kind of clearances that we had yesterday? And he said, I've been doing this for over 20 years. And he's like, there were a lot of strings pulled. He said, just to get a houseboat,
A 60-foot houseboat, which is
huge
what we were
houseboat,
on.
just down through this channel and tied up to the dock that we were at. He said it required the mayor's approval. There was a board that had to vote on it. The Coast Guard had to approve it. The lake authorities had to approve it. The dock is owned by
Kokomo, right?
Yeah, Kokomo, I think, owns the dock, so they had to sign off on it. So, all these hoops had to be jumped through just to get this houseboat tied up to the dock. And then all of the safety measures and risk management had to be done in 3 weeks. So the fact that we pulled this off in such a short amount of time, I can't imagine what Ellismania 2021 is going to be like.
Can you imagine if you have 5 months to build something versus 3 weeks?
Or a year. I'm sure they're probably already brainstorming. Josh is probably making all these crazy notes of what they need to do next time.
Without allegedly, things are already in the works. So, that's big for us because we want to be a part of it, and we want to promote our brands, and we had the Cool Vin banner on the side of the houseboat there, and Cool Vin and LeanFeast.
LeanFeast all over the mats.
LeanFeast is all over the mats.
Fight mats.
22,000 people just saw our mats, just saw our logo. So shout out to all those guys. Zebra Mat. I think
Zebra Mats did those. Yeah, those are pretty nice.
They were super bright, super thick. The logos were perfect, and it's going to help out the franchisees a lot.
I heard Josh was telling me yesterday that, and Josh is, for people that don't know, Josh Eldridge is Jason Ellis's production manager, and he came up to me and said that, you know, they're already brainstorming and figuring out what's going to happen for next year, and they're talking about some pretty big names of people coming through there.
Yeah.
Some big bands
Allegedly.
big bands, you know, big what would you
Baker.
call it? Rap star.
Shut your door, Baker. He had to take a phone call. So hopefully we can bang this out without Baker.
He's always working.
Always working, dude. We're doing the podcast, and he has to take a phone call for UPS.
Irresponsible.
Yeah, I just don't
what
get
it is.
Yeah, but we wanted to thank all the franchisees, and hopefully you guys watched it, and LeanFeast did this for the brand recognition. We met a lot of awesome people.
Some solid connections.
A lot of solid connections. I mean, I'm already working on a huge one, and we have a meeting next time we're in LA. So, it was a good event. It was a smaller event, but it's definitely not going to go unnoticed next time.
And it wasn't small just because it wasn't promoted. It was small because we had to keep it small.
Right.
You know, a lot of people don't realize the hoops that just the participants had to jump through to get clearance to be at this event. You know, this is smack in the middle of a pandemic. We recognize that and acknowledge that. But, you know, we all had to go through and get COVID tests before we were even allowed to be there. We had to present the paperwork, had to be signed off. You know, I'm sure the risk management people got involved and said, here's the things that we need to do to limit exposure. And there was a lot of precautions taken. You know, there was some public, there's some people standing around watching, you know, cheering for everybody.
Not anywhere near us.
But they weren't on our houseboat. You know, we got everybody on the houseboat. Everybody there had their paperwork and everything in order. So we did it as safely as we possibly could.
Yep.
And it worked out great.
Yeah. Shout out to the Dingo. Shout out to Eddie Jackson. Shout out to Ellis, Sirius XM, Coolvin, Production Todd.
MedExpress for giving us
MedExpress.
clear COVID results.
Yeah, MedExpress.
Yeah, we all four had to test.
It wasn't near as bad as I thought it was going to
They
be.
didn't stab your brain?
Yeah, they didn't probe my brain. But it's also not that large, so that might have been part of it.
Falcons have small brains.
Yeah,
do.
It's true.
So they probably easily missed it.
Yeah.
Easily.
Easily.
Like swooped right over it. Swiped right over it. And I do want to say, we want to finish up this podcast, but I'm very proud of you, Rook Deezer.
Thank you.
You have a Feast Fighters Undisputed Championship belt coming in the mail.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't wait to get a picture of you with your shirt off and your hair slicked back with the belt around your waist.
All right.
Is he gonna have little notches to clear his falcon talons?
Well, what I had built in it was this stainless steel piece that comes off the side of the belt that the Falcon lands on.
Ooh,
and it's like a perch.
Oh, yeah, with the little tassels hanging off his feet and the cover over his head.
100%.
Oh, that'd be like a Lucha Libre mask. We could have a Falcon mask for next year. Mm-hmm. It'd be like a Lucha Libre or Nacho Libre head covering, but we'd have to cover the eyes because Falcons they get anxiety when they see too much going on around.
Well,
them.
we don't want to cover his eyes because he's going to be fighting and he needs to see.
No, that's just when he walks in. He's going to be blind, and then we're going to pull it off.
And then he's going to go crazy.
He spreads his wings and goes nuts. His talons come out.
And then the little stainless steel flap, he can just kind of flick up like an Inspector Gadget flap.
And what's the sound you make? The battle cry of the Falcon?
Can you do that for us?
Sure. I mean, I really reserve it for the battlefield, but...
Wait, I know why he can't do it. He hasn't been properly announced.
What do you mean?
We got to announce him before he can do his battle cry.
Oh,
you can't just do it on command. You have to be announced first.
That's true. Go ahead, Luke.
Presenting Rook, the 4-ounce Falcon Deezer. Oh, see, there it is.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Oh, it's so majestic.
Rook, I'm proud of you, man.
It was a good time.
Yeah, you did really
It really
good.
was. I
You
mean,
got a lot of props from a lot of people.
There were a couple times, Shane Carwin or Eddie Jackson, I looked up and they were the people squaring up in front of me instead of
You were the biggest
some of
threat
the
to
other
them.
guys there. And I was like, whoa, buddy, cut that out real quick. I'm gonna go over here to one of those other guys. Hey, not about that. It was a good time.
Well, we leave tomorrow.
Yep.
We drive back to Las Vegas tomorrow morning,
2.5 hours.
and we get on a plane and we go home.
Yep.
It's been a long trip. It's been a fun trip. We appreciate everything that we've worked for. We appreciate everything that we've been given. We work hard. We play hard. We network, and we go on to the next task.
Keep growing.
Luke, do you have anything else for the group?
I'm good to go.
That's it. Nothing more.
Nothing more.
Rook Deezer?
Yeah, just grateful for the opportunity to go out there and have a good time, to meet the people that we met. Some good connections. It was a good time.
Baked Deezer, you got anything for us?
I'm out.
That's it.
That's it. I got USPS on the phone.
Peace out.
Later.
We're out.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.